Let me see about jQuery manipulations. We can use jQuery methods either for assigning some value or reading some value. Few of these methods will be like text of, HTML, attribute, value, and still we have many functions. Let me see some example. See, I have created 4 buttons. Here text of method is used to get the text content of the selected element or set the text content of the selected element. Then next one is HTML method, which is used to get or set the HTML content of the element. So we can give the content with the HTML tag itself. Then next attribute method. This method is used to get or set element attributes. So like href means href will be the attribute. Then next one is value. So value is mainly used to get or set current value of the HTML element. So still we have several methods like after, append, add class, remove class, before and all. Let me see one by one. So we have this button. So we have 4 buttons. Let me write jQuery. Initially we want to check whether the document is ready. So $document dot ready and function, callback function. Here when I click on this button 1, when I click on this button dot click, return function, this function, I'm just declaring one variable dollar. This keyword alert str. Here we used this keyword. This keyword denotes that it will get the value or text of the current element. Let me see the result. This time refreshing. Yes, the value text of is shown in the alert box. The text in this button is showing in the alert box. So we have taken the text of this button. Okay, that was the explanation. We have written this for taking the current text of this button. Okay, if I change the text of this, so here text have been changed. When I click on, yes, we are getting the text inside that button. Then next method is HTML. Let me write we have created one div with ID my container and it contains this content. Okay, so by using this HTML method, we're going to get what are all the data inside this tag. It may be anything. It may be of several H1 or paragraphs. It may be anything. But this HTML method will trigger all the values inside that particular div. Okay, we have these values in that div. When I click on HTML, so when I click on HTML, it should return. Let me check what's the error. inspect. Yes. So something I missed out in. Let me see the result. When I click on HTML, yes. What are all the tags? What are all the content, HTML content inside that particular div have been triggered here. So this is HTML method. Then let me see about attribute. So for that I am just creating one ahref. I am just placing one link here. I have created one link. So let me write a script. Okay, here we have given a tag. So this a tag dot attribute of, in this method I am just passing which attribute data I need. So I am getting href. So just I given href. It we see the result. So okay. Yes, the data inside that attribute was triggered. Then let me see method. For that I am just creating one input box. Okay, I have created one input box. Let me write code. Here I have assigned this dot text of this particular button, okay, in a variable. So I am setting a variable text with the text of with the current text of the button, and see here in text variable I get the value of the current text, and here for input type is equal to text. For this particular input box I have set the value of this text. So this is get and this is set. So let me see the result. Okay, when I click on value, is the value will be assigned to this particular text box. Let me see other methods like add class, remove class. So for that I am just creating two buttons. So I have created one add class and remove class button with a class name, and I have given one text also. So we're going to add or remove class. Okay, for that I am just giving the style for that particular class. So I'm just giving style for this. I am going to add dot my class. So I'm just giving style for that. We're going to add this my class dynamically with this p tag. Okay, so let me add now. When I click on add class, when I click on add class dot click, callback function. I'm just giving like p span. Inside p tag, I'm just looking for span tag dot add class, and here our class name is my class. Here we don't want to give dot and all, so already we have mentioned that it was class. Okay, so let me refresh. We have two classes. When I click on add class, the class will be added for this particular span. Okay, now we're going to remove this class dynamically. So for that I am just giving so here remove class. Okay, let me check. Refresh, add class, remove class. Okay, so next method is before and after. So before and after, just I am creating one ULLI. Okay, I have created one UL, and I am going to add something before this LI and after this LI. So for that I am just selecting like this. So I am not going to give any event, just on load itself this script will be applied. So for that I am just straight away giving like UL LI dot before. In bracket I am just giving what data I want to add before. Okay, let me see the result. Yes, this line was added before. Then let me see for after. The same thing, $ULLI dot after I am adding just star. Yes, this star is added in the bottom, but this and this have been mingled. So for that purpose I am just giving one break. So I can add tags also. This is example. Yes, I just given break. So this is before and this is after. Okay, let me see about how to add CSS properties dynamically. So that I'm just creating one button. Here. So here I'm just writing like $dot test button dot CSS. This method is CSS. This method holds two property value. One is property and one is value. Okay, just I want to give background, means I can give like this, background, and then on comma and the value I'm just giving like yellow. Okay, again for the same button I'm just giving padding. Here refresh, color is not applied, so I have missed, so typo error, I missed D, just refresh. Yes, so we have added CSS dynamically. So still we have several methods, you can just try it out. So now I am going to increase size elements height and width by clicking on text button. So for that I am just writing like this. When I click on this test button, dot click callback function. So here I am increasing the height and width of this increase size class. Okay, dot width 400 dot height 400. Before that, let me give some styling for this class so that our example will be more visible. Let me see the result. Okay, we have increase size button and one paragraph tag. Just I am clicking, the size have been increased. Okay, we have several methods in this video. We have seen few methods with example. Let me see animation in next video. Thank you so much.